Time to announce our next game. This is one I am very excited for. I actually put it in this afternoon. I come home and eat my lunch here at the house, and I was going to try to chop away at it a little bit before on my lunch break today. Do you want to announce it or you want me to?
I'll take it. Eric, I love stealth games.
So we've seen from our top game on our list.
This is a stealth series that has a lot of reverence. I've dipped in and out of for so long, but I'm like, I want to play this game. It's been a while since it's been around, but I don't want to play any of them. I want to play what's considered the best one, and what's considered one of the best stealth games of all time. I want to put that to the test. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory.
I am familiar with the Splinter Cell series. I've learned that I have played every one that came out after Chaos Theory. And then I played Pandora Tomorrow, which was the game right before Chaos Theory, but I never played Chaos Theory.
Once I bought Chaos Theory recently, I was lucky enough to find a copy of it for $1. So that ruled.
Yeah, you found two. Yeah, which is how I got the copy, because I bought you a copy for $1.
We're playing this, so no questions asked. I found out that I own all of the console ones except for the first one and the Xbox 360 version of Double Agent, because there was 2 versions of Double Agent that came out.
I will correct one thing. I played Chaos Theory. I think I played one mission of it at a friend's house, but that's my full extent of Chaos Theory.
So this is our first time both playing through this game, which is exciting.
I am very excited. Like I said, I actually really like all the Splinter Cells that follow this. I played Double Agent and Conviction, and dude, I think those games are great. I remember really enjoying Pandora Tomorrow. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to this. We are both playing the Xbox versions, which I think is the Xbox and PC was the original releases, correct?
Yeah, I'll get more into that as I go through the prep and the story of how we get to Chaos Theory. So I couldn't find a lot on the actual development history of just Chaos Theory itself. So I'm going to kind of go on a track here that leads to it. I ask that you follow me through it because there is connections here that's going to be made. So the story of Splinter Cell begins with Tom Clancy, an American novelist famous for his stories of military science, espionage, and political intrigue. His first novel, Hunt for Red October, was adapted into a game for the Commodore 64 3 years before the movie adaptation. In the early 1990s, Tom Clancy worked with Virtus Studios, a North Carolina computer company that specialized in developing 3D animation tools to make a game based on his novel SSN. The game released on November 12th, 1996. The next day, Clancy and Doug Littlejohns of Virtus Studios, who helped make SSN, and also a former British Royal Navy captain, Doug Littlejohns was, formed Red Storm Entertainment, which absorbed Virtus. They established their office in Cary, North Carolina. So, it's interesting. Tom Clancy, even before his books were getting movie adaptations, he was attracted for some reason to video games as a way of adapting his books. So he saw the potential of games early on from the late 80s even, which is crazy.
No, he doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would be these video games are going to be the hot new way to tell my stories of military espionage. But yeah, I mean, I applaud him for being on the ball with it, I guess.
Yeah, it's weird because I just expected somebody to just throw money at him to make a deal. I didn't know Red Storm was founded by him. He was a co-founder of that studio.
I did not either. It's weird because I remember being at a little press preview event for The Division which was the multiplayer was developed by Red Storm, and like just thinking that I didn't know that Red Storm was the OG Tom Clancy people. I just thought they were a studio that Ubisoft brought in to work on the Division. It's kind of weird that they're like, no, we're the OG Tom Clancy guys, man. Fun story about that event. They wouldn't let me play the game until I liked them on Facebook. So,
I think you told that story here.
Yeah, they're like, hey man, you want to play this game?
They made you send a tweets or something.
They also really were. They had a bunch of fake guns. Well, they were real. I think they were real guns that weren't active. So they were real big about making sure that you stood up in front of like a broken down looking wall and held fake guns or held the guns and took pictures. And then they constantly pushed you to put them on your Facebook page and Twitter. It's like, hey man, that's a great shot. How about you put that picture of you holding a M240 saw machine gun on your Twitter page? And I'm like, oh no, man, that's not really the vibe I'm trying to put out here. Like, but you know, and then like I said, you couldn't go in and actually play the preview build until you liked them on Facebook.
You're like, you know what state we're in, right? That might send a message.
Yeah, it was like I don't know, man. Like here it is, dystopian looking New York City behind me, and me holding a light machine gun. Yeah, bro. Like totally. Let's make sure I just put that on my Twitter page. But yeah, they were harsh. Like they had like business cards that had like a step-by-step guidelines to how to like them on Facebook on them. They were pushy. They were pushy. Also, I did not know because they give you headphones. I did not know that the guy was standing behind me the whole time, trying to talk to me about like how to play the game and what I should be doing. So I was just playing the game, ignoring him because I have bad hearing, so I couldn't hear anything outside the headphones. And then when I took the headphones off, he was in mid sentence explaining like how a mechanic worked. And I was like, oh, okay. So if you ever ask why did those State of the Save boys never get invited to press events, for many reasons, but that's one of them because apparently I'm not very good at it. But yeah.
All right. So meanwhile in 1997, Ubisoft opened Ubisoft Montreal with 50 employees, about 25 of which were transferred from Ubisoft Paris. The remaining 25 were recruited young minds who, quote, didn't know how to make a game whatsoever, according to the studio CEO Yanis Malat. The team was given low-risk projects and licensed games to work on, such as Donald Duck Going Quackers, Batman Vengeance, and Playmobil adventure games. During this time, Ubisoft New York was working on an original project called The Drift, a stealth action game with a 1970s future tech aesthetic. Development was struggling, so the studio tried to save it by pitching it as a James Bond game. Ubisoft was unimpressed and closed the studio and moved the team to Montreal. In August of 2000, after a successful string of video games, Red Storm was purchased by Ubisoft. The purchase gave Ubisoft access to the Tom Clancy brand, as well as access to Unreal Engine created by Epic Games, another North Carolina-based studio.
Represent.
Yeah, North Carolina. Ubisoft then tasked...
I threw you off there. I apologize.
No, you're good. Ubisoft then tasked Montreal with a mandate. Make a Metal Gear Solid 2 killer.
Motherfucker, we don't even know what's happening in this game. How are we supposed to kill it? There's a lady who's got luck powers and there's a vampire. How the fuck are we supposed to come up with something to beat this? I just picture the meeting. This is him pointing to Raiden and be like, you must be as cool as this man right here.
We got some links. Apparently you play as this guy. He must be really cool.
And it's just him with like one of them sticks. And I would picture like one of like the projectors like you used to have in school. And just hit the projector over and over again. Like, what's your ideas for being cooler than this guy right here? if there's one clip from this show, it's just that right there. Okay.
So the team took elements from The Drift and shifted it into Tom Clancy's style. Thus, Splinter Cell was born. Splinter Cell was developed and released to critical acclaim, selling millions of copies. 2 sequels to Splinter Cell were kickstarted into development by Ubisoft Shanghai and Milan, developing Pandora Tomorrow, the second game. And then Montreal, the team that led development of the first game, they developed Chaos Theory, which is what we're playing, the third game in the trilogy. So they were the ones who built the first game, and Pandora Tomorrow seemed like it was, judging by like the review scores and everything, it seemed like it was a parallel to the original Splinter Cell, whereas with Chaos Theory, it's the original team looking at what worked, scrapping what didn't, and making a true successor to Splinter Cell with Chaos Theory.
I remember like all the coverage of Chaos Theory before it came out. Like they were just advertising like all these new mechanics and stuff like for Chaos Theory. Well, Pandora Tomorrow, I don't remember that. Like I don't remember it being like, oh, you can hang upside down and those new effects for how like, you know, the goggles work and like this and the other. That I remember Chaos Theory just being like bullet points. Like Sam's got a knife now. Like I remember that being a bullet point. Well, like they gave him a knife. Like you laugh, but I remember that EGM article where like one of the bullet points was straight up like has knife. But yeah, I remember Chaos Theory being like pitched as a game changer.
So, Chaos Theory took advantage of an updated Unreal Engine to create sprawling maps that could be tackled in multiple ways and massive upgrades to the lighting system, introducing HDR lighting to the series.
Man, can't wait to see what HDR lighting looks like on my Xbox Series X.
Oh yeah, I wonder how that like translates. Actually,
I'm actually considering playing this on my Xbox 360 that I have set up in another room of my house. And I don't know which one I want to do it on. Like, I don't know if I want to play it on my Xbox 360 or put it on my Xbox Series X.
It depends. I would lean you towards the Series X version just because I know with Xbox 360 being backwards compatible, sometimes you can run into some issues with like the emulation stuff because it's just not as powerful of hardware to emulate the original Xbox as the Xbox Series. I'd look that up to see if there's any known issues with that, but
that's
might be something worth considering.
I need to probably do
that. Chaos Theory released on March 21st, 2005 to massive critical acclaim for the Xbox and PC versions at least, becoming the second highest scoring game of 2005. A little game called Resident Evil 4 was number 1.
And it deserved it.
You're right. Chaos Theory sold 2.5 million copies in the first month. And if you go on Metacritic and look at games rated by Ubisoft, if you sort every Ubisoft game with a Metascore by Metascore, like by the highest to lowest, the top three highest review games Ubisoft made were the Splinter Cell trilogy. Chaos Theory being the top, then the original, then Pandora Tomorrow, all seen as like the greatest games that publisher has ever made, which is crazy that even to this day, one trilogy stands head and shoulders above everything else.
I'm gonna say something. It's weird, but I'm pretty sure the like Tom Clancy games are kind of like Ubisoft's high points. Like other than like a couple of little ones here and there, like Ghost Recon had a great run for a long time. Rainbow Six, Vegas, and Vegas 2 are like bomb video games.
Even the offshoot ones, you would know there was an expectation with those that you're like, I might enjoy this.
Yeah.
So the version of Chaos Theory we're playing is available on the Xbox via backwards compatibility, of course, PC and the PS3 via the Splinter Cell HD collection. Other versions of this game that are available, but there's going to be some limitations, cut levels, just overall different versions. So your mileage may vary. It's available on the N-Gage, PlayStation 2, GameCube, Nintendo DS, and the 3DS as Splinter Cell 3D.
I'm sorry. Do we think we have any listeners that are going to play it on the N-Gage?
I hope so.
If you do, we will bring you in on this podcast to talk about that experience.
Yeah, we'll have you as a part of the game club to talk about your experience with the N-Gage version.
N-Gage version.
Well, I didn't get any of that. My game broke around this time, but...
I did not know this was released on the PlayStation 2.
Yeah. A different, more cut down version of it, because this game always had the Xbox like branding behind it.
Yeah.
Chaos Theory was rated the best Xbox game for 2005 because Xbox didn't get Resident Evil 4. So...
Yeah. I don't think it was on PlayStation yet in 2005, was it? Because I know it was on GameCube.
It might have been.
I think it's 2006, ain't it, when it goes to PlayStation?
I want to say it was near the end of the year. I want to say...
They might have got it before Christmas, actually. So, yeah.
I will settle this debate right now. That cannot be right. It was released for GameCube on January 11th, 2005. So I want to say near the end of the year was when it finally got the...
I would think it was Christmas. It probably was Christmas time. I'm trying to think.
October 2005. Yeah. Not even a full year of exclusivity on that thing.
It felt like a lifetime for me, though, because I was so excited for it when it came out, and I didn't have a GameCube.
So, the stopping point was Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. There's 10 missions. We're playing up through Mission 5, Displace.
Complete Mission 5.
Complete Mission 5. There is a cutscene that you can watch a briefing for Mission 6. That one seems pretty cool, so I would recommend watching that.
So prep yourself. Would you say it's fair to start Mission 6 would be the end spot?
Now there's because these games have a like cutscene that leads to the briefing before you actually start the mission.
Okay, so just watch the cutscene.
Watch the cutscene to prepare you for what you're going to do next, and that can kind of be like a good cliffhanger leading you to the next thing.
I'm very excited for this. I think it's going to be cool. It's a game, like I said, I haven't completed. I'm excited. I'm ready to jump into Sam Fisher's shoes.
I'm very, very pumped for this. I
feel like I
always wanted to play this game. I love stealth games, so it's cool to play one of the best what people still consider to be one of the best in the genre.
It'll be interesting to see, because I already feel annoyed that we're not getting any more Splinter Cell games anytime soon. I know those announcements and those always rumors, but like I said, I never felt like the series took a downturn. I really enjoyed the series up to the latest release. So I feel like I'm just going to come out of this more mad that every year we get a damn Assassin's Creed, but we can't get a Splinter Cell.
They're doing a remake of the first game. We'll see how that goes. But remakes are in right now, and most of them are good. So let's do it.
We'll see though. It's still Ubisoft.
If EA can bring back Dead Space, Ubisoft can bring back Splinter Cell.
Yeah. I would love to see. I've not played the first game, so that would be a great way to play the first game. Would be a nice fancy remake. State of the Save at TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, YouTube and Twitch. Michael did a stream of Twin Snakes recently that's worth you going and looking at.
The archive is up on our YouTube channel, and if you go on our Twitch and set the notification, you'll know when I go live for the next part of our Twin Snakes playthrough, because it's just a fun going back and watching those insane cutscenes.
Also, I think I'm going to do a couple. I talked to Michael about this. I think I'm going to do some mini reviews on TikTok. I'm going to do one on GoldenEye, and I think I'm going to do one on Age of Empires. I think I'm going to try to do these for some of the more modern releases. We don't do a lot of modern games on this show for the playthroughs and things like that, but little mini reviews on TikTok. I think I'm going to call them mini games. See, yeah, is it a dumb name? Yeah. Do I like it? Yeah. But definitely follow us on all those platforms. staythesave@gmail.com is the email address where you can send your emails. Thank you as always for listening, and stay safe out there.